Hi everyone, this is Liz from Creative Life of Liz, and I'm here to share my setup and my January setup for my 2022 reading journal. I'm using this notebook. It's from Park Lane Journals, which is from Joann's. And I've used one of these notebooks for the second half of 2021 as my everyday bujo. You guys have been seeing this one all over. It's about to be retired because it'll be the end of the year, and I'm switching out of my dailies, so I don't actually need this one to be used as my daily anymore, but it's too beautiful to not use. I love the gold foiling, and it has sprayed edges that are super cute. So this is what I'm going to use for my book bujo. So to start out with, it has these pretty gold dot end papers. They're foiled, so super cute there. On the first page, I just wrote 2022 reading journal. I used two pens. I used this Pentel Color Fine Point pen. I think this is number 123, but it's kind of like this goldish color. And then I also used this fine liner. It's from I Buy Am off of Amazon, and it's like a navy color. So I used these two to make it to make up all of this stuff. Just made a simple cover. Kind of wanted to mimic like old-timey books that have like foiling on the cover, so I kind of did it like that, but I didn't pull out a gold pen basically. But I think it turned out pretty cute. Then I did a grid spacing page. You guys have seen me do these in other planners before. I used these Mean Show fine liner pens. I used the 0.25, and I also used the 0.5 of these pens. So a few different sizes. But just made my grid spacing. I just did quarters, thirds, and halves. And then I wrote grid spacing. I'm still using that same two pens, the navy, and then I just like scribbled with this one to make that area. And to make this cute shape, I used these stencils. They're found off of Amazon. I just clipped them all together so I don't lose them. But it's just a bunch of different stencils. They're just plastic ones. If I can figure out which ones they are, I'll try to link them below, but I honestly don't think I'll be that successful because I got them as a gift. But there are many options on Amazon. Take your pick, basically. But it has this like little space here. I then had a few reading goals that I have planned for 2022. I forgot to include a D in reading, so it's extra tiny, but I think it actually looks kind of cute. So I decided to not like try to white it out or cover it all up or anything like that. So first I have my like pixels of the year spread here. So this is 1 pixel for each day of the year, and then I have a key for pages read. So it's less than 50, 50 to 100, 100 to 150, 150 to 200, 200 to 250, 250 to 300, or more than 300. That's where my range goes. And I'm just going to be using a bunch of these Stettler Tri-Plus fine liners to get the colors. So I made this key. I used a rainbow for 2021, but I just wanted to mix it up for 2022. So basically I'm going from like olive to a dark blue, and the more blue the color is, the more pages I read. So we'll see how it turns out at the end of the year. My 2021 one is looking pretty cute, and at some point I'll have a flip through on my channel, which you can get to below, to see what my 2021 one looked like. I also have a goal of reading a substantial nonfiction book every month. By substantial, I really mean like cookbooks and craft books don't really count, because you just kind of like look through the pages really fast and are like, oh, look at all these cool things I could do. So I don't tend to count like those kinds of nonfiction books, but any one that actually has some substantial content that I can learn from. I try to read at least one of those a month, so I'm checking that off. I want to participate in at least one readathon each month, so I have that. And then I also want to post at least one Bookstagram picture each week, so I have 52 little boxes here. And then I just used that same stencil to make some little curly hues down here because I had a little bit of extra space. I am participating in a few reading challenges this year that I'm going to try to at least casually participate in. So the first is the Read the Alphabet Challenge, which I participated in for 2021. So basically you just read a book that the title starts with each of the letters of the alphabet. So I'm going to try to do that again. I have a few more of the things from the stencil kind of listed here. I also want to try to participate in Books and Lala's buzzwordathon or buzzword challenge. So I wrote the challenges here. I don't know if I'm going to end up participating every month because honestly, I'm just bad at these ones where you just read one book per month. But I'm going to try to participate. So I stuck those down here as well. This is the Pop Sugar Challenge, both the standard and the advanced, with a bunch of extra doodly things that came from that same stencil set. And then lastly, this is the Creating & Co. 2022 challenge. The Into the Book First is the main 2022 challenge, and then there's also a Level Up challenge and some more of these same kind of doodly things like we've been seeing. So that's kind of my front pages and my front matter. I don't know if I'm going to do perfectly at all these annual readathons, but I'm going to do the best I can during the year to get as many of these done as possible. In January, this is my entire January setup right now. So I decided to go with like a mittens theme. So I drew these cute little mittens. I used these 3 colors from those I Buy Am things. So I have like a cobalt, a turquoise, and a blue-gray kind of color. So I just used those, and then the same stencils that I've been using. I just freehand drew the mittens and the designs on them, and then freehand wrote January 2022. I used this stencil. I don't think I can find like the exact one that I used. Oh, here it is. So I used this one. I don't know if you guys can see it, but this one that's right here. I'll stick my hand underneath it so you can kind of see this one here, but instead of actually closing the ends like how it was closed here, I instead just closed them to be flat and then put little lines so that they would look like scarves. And then I just have important dates. So New Year's Day, obviously holiday means that it's going to be kind of busy for me. And then I have a couple of deadlines on the 18th and 19th for work. So those are also going to be busy days for me where I might get less reading done. Once I figure out some potential readathons I might want to participate in, I'll probably write down those dates as well. I won't necessarily end up participating in all of them, but at least writing down the ones I'm interested in. So even if in future years, maybe I want to consider some of the other ones, I can kind of see what came around in January in the past. So I'll write those down. And then this is my priority reads. I have 2 arcs as of right now that I need to get read. For NetGalley, I'm probably going to try to add a couple for Under the Covers book blog, but I haven't gotten to what those are. It's also possible that I'm going to try to prioritize a few other things, maybe some things from my holds at the library are going to come in, or things off my owned TBR that I would like to get done. I think I'm going to try to prioritize those as well. And then I just have nothing for the rest of the month. So basically what I do when I do a setup, so like this is where I am right now in my current 2021 book bullet journal. I just write down the book and the rating, and then I give a little information about the book. I think I'm going to track different information. I don't personally think I care that much about the country that the author comes from at this point. So I think instead of that, I might try to track when I know for sure an author is a BIPOC author or is LGBTQIA+, or it's an own voices book, for example, like disability rep or something like that. I might try to track those kinds of things just to see how my reading is. I think I'll probably still keep tracking the gender of the author, but I might add an unknown category. Sometimes I've had to guess. And I think that I probably get that right more often than not, but I might also be wrong sometimes because names don't always match the way you might expect them to. So I think that I'll probably add an unknown category. I already track when books are co-authored and when the author is non-binary, but I might try to track if I don't know, for example, as well, or specifically if they are transgender and the book has transgender rep, for example. I think that would probably be an important point to be tracking as well. But we'll see. I'm going to try to track that information. I also track what readathons or challenges a book helps me towards. I might also try to add in like a 1-sentence summary for each book I read. I think there's enough pages in this book to be able to make that happen as well. Just give my like overall thoughts on this book, and we'll see how that goes. But I try to keep it really simple there, so definitely not anything super fancy. But that's really all I have right now. As always, please like and subscribe below if you haven't already. It really helps me out. Let me know what your theme is for January for your Bujo or your book Bujo, whatever you're using. And also let me know what themes you would like to see me try to do for the rest of the year. I really struggle to come up with ideas sometimes, so I'm always looking for suggestions. And then also follow me on Instagram at Creative Life of Liz. You can see stuff from this book Bujo. I'll probably be posting that at least moderately often, and stuff from my other planners, what I'm reading, and bits and pieces of the rest of my life, all that good stuff. And until next time, bye.